we got to start things off with the obvious, bro. The clip show that came out on FX.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I don't know if you've watched it or have you seen it. Like, what was your first initial thoughts when you saw that?
Okay, so, shout out to those people for putting that on. Like, that's awesome. I think that it's great. It's entertaining. However, I had nothing to do with that. I don't think that any of my teammates had anything to do with that. I think the best cast part they got was probably Matt. Like, South Think Ryan's look just like Matt. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, Ed O'Neill, I think, is kind of like embodying Sterling in a way, which is kind of funny. I haven't seen the show yet. I've seen snippets and clips of what people have sent me. Where I'm looking at this one, I have never in my life had a Cosmopolitan drink. But I guess in the show it's depicted that I like those drinks.
Yeah.
You know? I may try one now because, we'll see. But I'm more of a tequila wine guy, just
there we go.
If y'all want to know. But, but it's entertaining. I don't know.
What made you not watch it up to this point yet?
Well, just because I didn't know how realistic it was going to be because I knew that it hadn't gone through any of my former teammates. So I'm like, okay, well, if you aren't getting stories from them, then where are the stories coming from? I'm sure it's loosely based off of some things that have happened, but entertainment sells, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's kind of like,
Yeah, that is weird. Like, why? You think they would?
They would.
Yeah.
Like, to make it more realistic, I'm sure they would have got some good stories.
Yeah. I didn't want much, just like a couple, sets of golf balls, probably.
Easy.
I didn't want no cheese and nothing.
Yeah, easy. Everybody that you talk to that's a part of that era of the Don Sterling. None of y'all got together and kind of, hey DJ, did you see this part or?
We text about it for sure.
Okay.
Like we talk about it. Like obviously everybody talks about like the practice scene.
Yeah.
When Doc is like going crazy on guys. Like don't get it twisted. Like Doc definitely was like on guys, but like some of the things that he said in there, absolutely false. Like, I love Matt Barnes and I love Doc. You think if Doc said that, what he said to the show in Matt Barnes, there wouldn't have been a fist fight on the court. Like I doubt that, But it's just like it's entertaining, you know what I mean? And I think that that group, we went through a lot of things, ups and downs. We had a lot of great moments, a lot of shitty moments. I don't know if I can. Okay. I didn't know what I could do on Podcast P. But like I said, man, we had a lot of great moments. We had a lot of highs and lows, and I think that the show kind of embodies that from what I've heard. But I haven't seen it yet.
I want to check it out. Have you watched it at all?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it
I've
yet.
just seen all the Twitter
It's funny,
stuff.
I saw a billboard and the billboard was like, what did it say? Something about LA's other team. Or you seen that?
Disrespectful.
And I was like, that is disrespectful.
But why would y'all broadcast that about the show?
I
just don't understand. Like it's kind of like, hey, it
was like the story of LA's other team.
Yeah. It seems like they would have to get permission though to be able to just do a whole TV show on the Clippers and representing. That's kind of like
it was something like that, right? Yeah,
dang.
I was like,
talk about a headline.
Yeah. What? It's like, hey, watch the lower rated version of Winning Time.
Right.
Like, damn.
So JJ and Jamal Crawford both talked about how they had minimal interaction with Donald Sterling during their time with the Clippers. And you were on the Clippers.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay, man. I got you here.
You see I'm getting like fidgety in my chair.
Hey, I'm just, I'm doing my job.
I got a little tequila.
Okay. But, you were on the Clippers for 10 seasons.
Yeah.
And just curious, what were your interactions with Donald Sterling when you were a Clipper?
Well, mine were very minimal, but they were also not ideal, One of the first ones I had was like him and like a group of people coming into the locker room after the game. And, you see that sometimes, the owners of the teams coming into, to congratulate everybody. Mm-hmm. But it was like, it's not like with a posse of people, And this posse wasn't just like, some of his boys. It was like some dudes, some chicks, so it was like, all right, this is kind of sketchy. But I'm a rookie, so I'm like, okay, maybe this is just how it is.
It's normal.
But then when people start coming up to people with towels on and everything like that, it was just like a weird deal. You know what I mean? But it wasn't, at 19, I just thought, okay, maybe this is just how the league is. But after a while, you start to realize from your veteran leaders that like, nah, this is not normal.
Yeah. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it was just like, this is strange. Can I take a picture with you?
Yeah,
like, all right.
Right.
Cool. I got my, whatever. That's what you want to do. Cool. But then like, I'm sure you guys have heard about the white party and all of that stuff. Like that was a sketch time. Like it wasn't mandatory, but it was mandatory. You know what I'm saying? And that just was like, it was a weird deal. You know what I mean? Bro, the draft that, and like I love.
Well, just before you.
Yeah.
So people that don't understand what the white party is. What is the white party?
The white party is what it sounds like. Well, not what it sounds like.
Is this like 4th of July all white party?
This is like a American holiday themed party where you dress in all white. Obviously, it was not all white party. Where you dress in all white, and it was at one of Sterling's homes in Malibu on the beach. Super nice setup, and it was just kind of like his entourage of people, some business people, and the team.
Mm-hmm.
And what it felt like was almost a showcase of
tall black guys.
He said that.
And what
I didn't say that. Paul George said that. Yeah. That's almost what it felt like. And then like I felt super awkward for a guy like Blake, who we had just drafted number 1, and it was kind of like, oh, like he like was like escorting Blake around the party. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, oh, meet him. Like, isn't he tall and handsome? And look at his muscles. And it was kind of like, all right, well, I'm glad I ain't got no muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like walking around.
That is awkward.
Yeah, like it was just kind of like.
Do you flex?
Yeah, like, but like it was kind of like, even Blake was like.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. But then after a while, it was kind of like, y'all don't have to go to that no more.
Yeah.
And we were like, thank you. We appreciate that. But it was just strange. It was a strange time. And then P almost had to go to those things, but we drafted Al Farouk Amino instead of P. But
I'm still hot at the Clippers for that. Because you know what? I had a good-ass workout in L.A. Like, I thought, like, oh, okay. Like, it was 8, so it was like, I don't know if I'll get drafted that early. But I also had a great-ass workout there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I might be at the crib. Like,
yeah, we saw that. And afterwards, we were like, oh, damn, we didn't get Paul George. Oh, cool. I went, oh, Farouk, okay, cool. And then, like, when you guys' career started to progress, it was kind of like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and that's no disrespect to Al Farouk Amino. He had a great career for sure. But it's just like, it was just 2 totally different paths. And it was like, P could have had the pleasure of going to the white parties.
I wonder what he would have said about you.
Man, look how tall, because I didn't have no muscles then either.
Like, look at his hairline.
LA's own.
Look at that hairline. That is a pristine hairline right there.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become a part of the Prize Picks community today. With Prize Picks, you can turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. So download the app today and use code PODCASTP for a first deposit match up to $100. I repeat, download the app today and use code PODCASTP for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.